Are you ready to step into a world where creativity is rewarded? Introducing Finesse, the revolutionary play-to-earn game series, brought to you by the Jot Art in collaboration with groundbreaking Lightosphere Network. In Finesse, you're not just a player, but a true artist. Unleash your imagination as you paint vibrant landscapes, design awe-inspiring characters, and create mesmerizing worlds, all within a game. Click the top line of the description box to go claim yours right now.
That's beneficial to Wallow and Gillo, get Wallow and Gilly.
Right.
They just got $100 million deal from Amsterdam Vodka.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're gonna have Andrew talking on about Bill Cosby? See, all they use these people as front people. They give them a little change, but see what we would never know is the stipulations in the contract. Wallow and Gilly, man, Wallow was in the same prison that Mr. Cosby was in.
Wow.
Same prison. He was in that same prison. Now, inmates call me from that prison who I have gotten attorneys to handle their cases pro bono. One guy in there now, Anthony Sutton, Benny Do, he started the Man Up program. Wallow promised that when he got out, he was going to bring attention to them and their advocacy. Bill Cosby was in there and took the Man Up program. They have a band. He redirected their music, structured their music, and scripted a show. So when political figures came in, they would be not just entertained but educated. And Mr. Cosby was the last act to come up and talk about men being men and going back into the community. They called me, Benny called me, Anthony Sutton. When Mr. Cosby got out, he said, "Man, Anthony says he's innocent. He didn't murder the guy. He was part of Junior Black Mafia." And he said, "Andrew, look into it." I looked into it. I called my attorney, Jimmy Beans, who represents Sean Shadi, Mike Tyson's father-in-law, who was in that same prison as well. I told him the story about Benny. He said, "Andrew, do you believe in him?" I said, "Man, it's something about this guy. He's been in there. His son has been in there for 12 years. He's been in there for 38 years."
Damn.
And I said to Jimmy Benz, who was in three of the Rocky movies, and he's the one that commissioned and got the Rocky statue uh, in downtown Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Jimmy," I said, "Man," he said, "Man, look, he's also a assistant police chief at Upper Darby. He's an
Oh,
attorney."
okay.
And he said, "Powerful got connected. His son was one of the biggest boxing promoters in Vegas, and he committed suicide maybe 6 years ago."
Mm.
And Jimmy got me several attorneys, man. And right now, they have found the witness out of New York who was coerced by the district attorney who's now deceased to say that Benny did the murder. They called me and they said, "Mr. Andrew, all the inmates get on the phone. They call me weekly. I still take their calls today." And they said, "Wallow won't even return our calls."
Mm.
They're like, "Wallow to win Hollywood on us. Everything Wallow promised us." I said, "Man, hold up." I said, "He's all on Instagram giving these speeches and stuff." It's like, "Mr. Andrew, he won't even return our call, man."
Wow.
We reach out to him, and this is no dig, but
Right.
we at the end of the day, man, okay. I grew up in the projects in
Mm-hmm.
Bessemer, Alabama, man. 2613 Clarendon Avenue. All right, they consider Bessemer, that's where Gucci Mane grew up.
Mm-hmm.
They consider that the Compton of Alabama. Okay, at the end of the day, man, I came out the projects, but I go back to the projects. Now, I ain't afraid of my own people. And I'm everything that I do, I want to uplift my people. I don't know these inmates. I didn't do the time with them.
Right.
But Wallow did the time.
Right.
Okay, where are you now telling Bill Cosby stories? But you can't. You know why you can't? Because see, you're getting booked on events by Live Nation, AEG Live now. If you know you're hosting stuff now, you became Hollywood.
Mm.
But they're never gonna have me on, man, because it's you said, well, $1 million worth of game. Well, $1 million worth of game, you wouldn't have it if it wasn't for Bill Cosby.
Yeah. That's deep.
Charlemagne, you wouldn't be where you at today if a Bill Cosby didn't pave a way.
Right.
It's the same way
Yep.
Dr. J and all those guys from back in the day paved the way for LeBron them to be playing ball and Michael Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
can't forget about the history, man.
That's a fact.
In order to move forward with anything in life, you got to know the history of the game.
Yep.
And so if I'm Wallo and Gilly, and if I'm Charlemagne and all these other entities out here, Dr. Umar Johnson, all of y'all cats out here, why aren't y'all bringing me on to talk about these allegations? You know why? Because you're now mainstream
Mm.
and you want to be popular. You want access to courtside seats.
Mm.
You want to be on the football field. But let me tell you, man, as fast as you got that, they can take it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You ain't got staying power. And what I mean when you ain't got staying power, you don't have old money. You got new money.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we know about new money, the value of it ain't the same as old money.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
And that's $1 million worth of game right there.
Yes, sir. For
Absolutely.
sure. So moving forward, I know you guys are gonna prepare for this trial. What's next?
Well,
Okay.
Discovery, man, Discovery.
Right.
I talked to Mrs. Cosby today,
Mm-hmm.
and I said to Mr. Cosby because of what 50 said, he
Yeah.
came out, if you
I
saw,
seen that. Yeah.
and supported. And I said to Mr. Cosby, I said, man, hey, the only way I feel in my mind is going to go away if you fight back. And I said, fighting back, man, I'm asking you. I said, man, I love doing what I do, but the only way I'm going to preserve a legacy for my grandsons is I preserve your legacy.
Told you I had something special brewing up, and let me tell you right now, the print champs did not disappoint. All right, man, we got the hip hop veteran hats available right now. If you click the top line of the description box and check it out, man, we got the trucker hats, right? We got the dad caps, we got the snapbacks, and we got the bucket hats. No matter what your flavor is, we got you covered 100% from head to toe. And if you order right now using code OGOD, that's code OGOD, you get an additional 10% off. The link is at the top line of the description box. Do not wait. Supplies are limited. See you soon.